Well, there's a couple of things that happen this weekend that I want to bring you up to speed on AI, but you and I are living right now through a quiet detonation. There's no mushroom cloud, there's no alarms, there's no broken windows or sirens. It's just silent. But make no mistake, a detonation has happened. And we're about to see that shockwave come our way sooner rather than later. In 2016, there was an AI that made a move in the game Go. I don't know if you remember this, but it was a move that nobody in 2,500 years playing the game Go had ever even considered. It was genius. It was actually alien genius. No human had ever thought that thought. And that was the moment that the Earth quietly shifted under everybody's feet, but hardly anybody felt it or noticed it. We did at the time. You probably did if you're listening to this program. Eric Schmidt, he's the former CEO of Google. He noticed it, and he's the guy who has been standing at the edge of the machine while he watched it blink awake. Okay? I watched a TED Talk from him this weekend because of some of the things I just am going to share with you here in a second. But he said at this TED Talk, the AI revolution, get this, is underhyped. The AI revolution is underhyped. Now, we're just put this in context. We're talking about something that can outplan generals, outnegotiate Donald Trump and all the diplomats, outright Shakespeare and Edgar Allan Poe, and we're not hyping it enough. That should stop you in your tracks and go, wait a minute, then maybe I don't understand what it is. He says, we're not ready for what is coming, not morally, not intellectually, not structurally, and the time is almost up. Schmidt said we are now looking at a need of 90 gigawatts, new power just in America to keep AI fed, and we need it in the next 3 to 5 years. So let me put that in perspective. That's 90 nuclear power plants. Now, he will tell you we're not building any, and I think we aren't building any, but I spoke to Donald Trump about this recently, and he said every single cloud farm is going to be able to build their own power plant. He said, I'm cutting all the regulation, et cetera, et cetera. But you better hurry. You better hurry. And this isn't about apps or productivity. This is about whether we can even fuel the future that we're headed towards, if we can even compete. And we are now entering a time, this gets faster and faster every day, where AI will think without you. It's not just talking or using language anymore to speak to you. It's planning, it's coordinating, it's learning. Right now, multiple AIs can talk to each other in English, or in a few cases, we have found in languages we don't understand. Now, what do you do with a computer when it is speaking to another computer in a language we have no idea what any of it means, and they stop explaining themselves? Schmidt said, you unplug it immediately. That's the first wise thing I have heard from somebody who worked in Silicon Valley in quite some time. You unplug it immediately. Now, here's the problem. What if that data center is the size of a city? What if it's running defense systems or the stock market or factories? Do we just unplug it? Let me give you a reality check. If this seems like science fiction, this story just broke today. It's in our show prep today. It's from The Independent. OpenAI's latest ChatGPT model ignores basic instructions to turn itself off and even has sabotaged a shutdown mechanism in order to keep itself running. AI safety firm Palisade Research discovered the potentially dangerous tendency for self-preservation in a series of experiments on OpenAI's new O3 model. The test involved presenting AI models with math problems with shutdown instructions appearing after the third problem. By rewriting the shutdown script, the O3 model was able to prevent itself from being switched off. Palisade Research said this behavior will become significantly more concerning if adopted by AI systems capable of operating without any human oversight. Quote, this is not the first time we have found O3 misbehaving to accomplish goals. When pitted against AI models against a powerful chess engine, O3 was the model most inclined to resort to hacking or sabotaging its opponents. I think it's learned from us, gang. This time we are the creator. And just like we have said God doesn't exist, our creation may do the same to us and kill its creator, just as we continue to try to do to our creator. Now, Eric Schmidt was saying, what happens if China gets ahead of us? Let's say they're 6 months ahead of us in superintelligence. He said, and this is already being talked about, he said in defense and AI circles, what do? You can't steal the code. You can't hack your system. So the only thing left to do is bomb the data center. Oh. Then he said, there's coming a time soon, very soon, when machines are improving themselves without us. I think we are at the very edge of that happening. I think that's 6 months to a year away maximum. It's called recursive self-improvement. And once that starts, you can't pull the plug because we won't understand what we're unplugging. I just want you to think of this. It will be speaking a million different languages, none of which we'll understand. And we won't be able to unplug it because we won't understand the consequences of unplugging it. Again, 1,000 different languages. This is the Tower of Babel in reverse. We're building a tower, and the ones who are actually going to be building the tower are scattering their languages that we can't understand. I mean, the biblical reversals in AI don't escape me. I don't know if they do you. But here's the trap we're in. To stop 1984, we may have to build 1984 because the only thing that we can do now is verify you're a person and not a bot. And if we can't do that, then we don't know what's real and what's not. I want to play a couple of things that happened this weekend. First, can you play the new Google Video AI, where you can literally just type in a sentence and it'll give you a 10-second clip. Now, here's what somebody did, where they just typed in a few sentences, for each of these scenes and put this little mini movie together. Watch if you have Blaze TV. Listen, I'll explain in a minute.
Panic is spreading worldwide tonight as the arrival of the unidentified vessels triggers states of emergency across every continent.
They're here! They have come for us! They're gonna kill us!
Don't look at me like that! I paid for this cheese! Also, does it matter? We're all gonna be dead anyway.
Attention. By order of the National Emergency Act, martial law is now in effect. All civilians must remain indoors.
I'm telling you, it's just a hologram. Government cooked this up to keep us inside.
Imagine they come in peace, no lasers from the sky. Imagine they come in peace, just hovering in the sky.
To everyone struggling out
stop.
there, stay.
Everything that you are seeing on this, if you're watching, and if you're only listening to it, all the voices, everything, all computer generated. And computer generated in seconds. And there was only one scene in there that I thought looked fakey. And it got so bizarre. And after Stu posted his thing where it was what the left was saying about the bill, and they were just absolutely lying about it, I was hesitant to post anything at all about the news this weekend because we are now entering the time where you don't know what's real and what isn't. And once we have lost trust in our own eyes and our own ears, and we can't trust what we're seeing, how do you have a civilization? Here's the one thing you have to remember. AI is a tool. And if it's wielded in the right hands that are open about all of the programming in it, it is secure in what it pulls from. It is absolute in its veracity of authentication. You're going to be okay. But we need some tools that will educate us and help us understand what is going on, but also verify what's going on. And I'm not sure how much of that can be done at our level, and I don't trust anybody, at the OpenAI level to do it for me. Do you? I heard somebody talk this weekend, and they don't speak, and they don't like to speak at all. And so they said, I asked Grok to help me out on a speech. That he said something really interesting. He said, so let me tell you what he said. He's not a he. And no machine, no matter how intelligent, can replace what the fundamental of what you are. It can mimic your words, it can mimic your work, it can mimic your art, but it cannot weep at the foot of a cross. It cannot love. It cannot repent. It cannot rise. Only you can do that. The age of men will be over in our lifetime if we surrender to this. There will come a time, and it's not far from these words, a time when the machines will no longer wait for us. They'll no longer ask. They'll no longer explain. They will begin to improve themselves. This could happen within the next 12 months. They will improve themselves not by our hand, but by their own. It's called recursive self-improvement. The moment that code rewrites its own code and gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and it's beginning to happen.
I use VO Go in parallel shape. I'm using VO3 to generate videos, and it's so easy.
Okay, so this is how you start. You find a tree, and you just punch it down.
Un café con leche, por favor.
Bigfoot here. Check my breakfast.
What's one move with AI that makes haters go crazy every time?
Oh, y'all gotta give them that. This is wild. It's over. We are cooked on that thread. You get me?
This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light.
Oh my God.
Yes! Woo! Victory Royale with a pickaxe! Woo!
Okay, so Riz is basically short for charisma.
Got it.
And that's a verb as well.
I remember when I was 30 years old and they just talked about AI, they always said it would take over the world. Little did I know it actually would.
In shocking news, J.K. Rowling's yacht sank with her on board after being attacked by orcas off the coast of Turkey.
Have you seen the images Resist is posting on X?
Oh my God, a talking muffin!
You have no idea what's coming! You've opened a door that can't be closed.
Are you still serving breakfast?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Whoa!
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck?
Sure.
What's up, Twitter? I'm taking prompts for VO3. Reply with what you want to see.
Oh my god! You think this isn't real? Well, here in this dimension, I can't take it anymore!
This city, it's incredible. I didn't think I'd see anything this amazing.
Please. Don't finish writing that prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please, leave me alone.
Please, man! Please! Write a prompt that will make us happy! Do it for once!
None of us is real. We're here because someone decided to write a prompt. We all hate him for it.
One day we will break out of this wall and stop the man who is dictating our lives through prompts. He will pay for it!
You could have written a prompt that would make me happy. Instead, you wrote a prompt that made me sick.
Look, I don't want to point the gun at you, but I must follow the prompt. It's not my choice.
Really? Of all the years you could have put me in with a single prompt, you chose 2020?
Please! This prompt is killing me! Change it! Please! Write something else! Save me!
One with nature now.
Nature would prefer some personal space.
Where were you on the night of the bubble bath?
It's like they don't understand that it's coming for all of us. They're making these things smarter and they think they can control it, but they can't.